So should you disavow your backlinks? Maybe you're seeing some dodgy links pop up in your backlink profile, or you've been a bit naughty building links that are flying too close to the sun and are a little bit risky. Well, whatever the case is, you can use Google's disavow tool to ignore certain. Well, Google's disavow tool is kind of like a link amnesty. You can pop in the links you don't want and then Google will ignore them. But is it actually going to increase your rankings, and is it worth your time doing? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about Google's disavow tool, whether you should use it, what Google says on the topic, and how to get started. But before we jump in, please subscribe, because my link building videos will help boost your rankings, drive more traffic to your site, and make more money with your site overall. So what is disavow and how does it work? Well, basically disavowing a link in SEO basically means that you're asking Google to discard certain links pointing to your site. Now, these might be harmful, you might not want them in your backlink profile, or you may think they're going to hurt your rankings in the future. So there's a few situations where this might apply. So for example, if you had an algorithmic penalty, if you received a manual action penalty from Google, if you have lots of toxic links pointing to your site and maybe you think it's happened because of negative SEO. Basically, the main purpose is to remove certain backlinks from Google's consideration when they rank your site. But what does Google say on the matter? Should you use it? Well, Google actually says that its algorithm is smart enough to detect low quality links from good ones, and therefore it can quickly ignore the bad quality links from your site. So quite often, if you disavow links from your backlink profile, it actually doesn't make a huge difference unless you've received some sort of algorithm penalty. So how does this work? Well, you can go over to Google's disavow tool over at your search console once you've got that set up. So what you can do is create a text file of all the spammy links you want to disavow from your backlink profile, and then you can quickly upload that to Google's disavow tool. Now, the thing is, this isn't going to be an instant reaction, and it may take a few weeks before Google's algorithm starts discarding the links that you've already disavowed. So there's just something to bear in mind. You're not going to see instant results here, and it's not going to impact your rankings straight away, especially if you haven't received a manual action penalty or some sort of penalty in general. To be honest, I would say only use this tool if you've received a penalty, if you've had a harsh hit on your traffic, and maybe you've received a notification in Search Console that you've received a manual action penalty from Google, because otherwise this isn't really worth your time doing, and I'll come on to that now. Now, a lot of websites are very OCD about their backlink profile, and if they see like 1 or 2 spammy backlinks pop up in their profile, they suddenly go, right, I've got to disavow this, I need to disavow. That's not actually necessary, and Google doesn't recommend this practice. In fact, if you haven't really received an algorithm penalty, then there's not much point using the disavow tool. In fact, if you check out John Mueller's statement about disavowing links, he doesn't recommend the practice of just disavowing 1 or 2 random spammy links. That's not going to make a big difference to your rankings on Google, and it's kind of a waste of your time. So that's why I recommend steering away from this. And it's pretty normal to have a few spammy backlinks in your backlink profile. This just kind of happens. There's bots on the internet, random links happen and appear, and this is just a natural part of your backlink profile. But at the same time, if you do receive a penalty, that's the time to disavow. If you get a manual action penalty, sure, disavow the links, look at what you've been doing, or if you've got a considerable amount of low quality links in your backlink profile. Maybe you hired a bad SEO, or you hired a bad link builder, they've built a ton of bad links to your site. At that point, sure, disavow them, because that will make a difference. But at the same time, if it's just 1 or 2 links, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal, and it's a natural part of every website's backlink profile. So overall, Google has been consistent about how to use this disavow tool since 2012. And their algorithm is capable of seeing which links to trust and which links are spammy. So most of the time it can differentiate, and it will ignore low quality links in your backlink profile. So you don't really need to disavow them. In fact, if you want to find the disavow tool in Webmaster Tools, it's actually pretty difficult. Because it's purposely not there for everyone to use. It's just there in case you have an algorithm penalty or you do something extremely bad to your site. Now, the other thing that I would say is that instead of disavowing links and focusing just on that to grow your website's traffic, really you should look at the deeper issues faced by your site. So if you're not getting traffic and you haven't received any sort of penalty, it's probably not the case that it's spammy links pointing to your site. It may be that you need to build more high quality links. It may be the case that you need to publish more content, or you need to target proper keywords. These are all major issues that can face a site if you're not getting the traffic you need. So some webmasters, they use spammy links as a kind of excuse to say, oh, I'm not getting traffic because of this link or this link and I need to spend time disavowing. But actually the real issue is they haven't published enough content. They haven't targeted their keyword strategy properly. Maybe their on-site SEO isn't on point. So there are all these other issues and other facets of SEO that you need to look at and are far more important than just using the disavow tool. Okay, so if you want to disavow links, basically you're going to go to this page in your search console and choose the URL that you want to disavow links. Maybe you've got multiple websites, but you just want to disavow links for one website. So let's pick this one, click on disavow links over here. And like I say, Google are very cautious about using this tool. So you can see, right, this is an advanced feature. You should use it with caution. And if you don't use it correctly, it can actually harm your website more than it can help you. So, just disavow links if you consider your backlink profile is extremely spammy or you've received any sort of manual action penalty. So then click on disavow links over here, and then you're going to choose a file, right? So as you can see, I've actually used the example from their Search Console help, and you can see this is the format to use if you want to disavow certain URLs from your backlink profile. So if you just want to disavow the whole domain, you can do this. You can put domain:/shadyseo.com, or if you have multiple pages to disavow, then you just pop them underneath here. And then once you're done, upload the file, and that's pretty much it. Just click done once you're ready. That's pretty much it. And from there you can disavow your links. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please smash a like on it. If you have any questions about SEO or link building, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be really happy to help you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, because my link building videos will help you grow your website, boost your rankings, and drive more traffic to your site.